at mga pangyayari nitong nakaraang Mayo 11. Attorney?
Well, yung ating konstitusyon mismo ay nilapag nila, no? And they even also violated even their own Rome Statute because sa aming palagay, maski yung Rome Statute hindi nila nasunod, no? Kasi nga po, obligation natin na magkaroon ng cooperation legal mechanism. Yung pagpasa nga natin nung RA 9851, the intention really was to strengthen our local criminal laws. So if the intention was really to strengthen our own local criminal laws, it cannot be used as a ticket, as an excuse to shortcut the proceedings. So sa aming palagay po, nag-violate talaga sa human rights ni Senator Ronald De La Rosa. It violates the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. It violates the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And it likewise violates our criminal laws. Kasi sa aming palagay, yung pagpupursige nila sa pag-aresto, no? As we will be explaining later on, hindi ko ma-explain masyado kasi bordering on ano na tayo, sa judice, no? But suffice it to state that it may qualify even as kidnapping, no? Attempted kidnapping. Kasi nga po, hindi sumusunod po sa procedure natin dito sa Pilipinas. Yun po ang aking palagay.
Attorney, maraming salamat. At ngayon naman po, ipapasa po natin ang mikropono sa ating pong Chairperson ng Legal Committee, ang ating pong napakabait at napakatalino Attorney Yvette Contacto para po sa segment na talagang inaantay rin po ninyo. Attorney Yvette?
Maraming salamat ka, Penny. At mainit din sa usapan, first time maaaring nadinig ng taong bayan ang mga katagang protective custody. Dito sa susunod ko pong katanungan, any of our guests, Attorney Torion, Attorney Jimmy, Attorney Ferdy, may answer this question. Nung nangyari ng May 11, nabalita ko na nasa protective custody si Senator Bato de la Rosa. Maaari niyo po bang paliwanag yung konsepto ng protective custody sa Senate premises at sino po ang nagdesisyon na magbigay ng protective custody kay Senator Bato de la Rosa?
I would defer to my very good friend, Attorney Topacio.
Thank you, Bobet. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Yvette. Mga kamanjeros y panyeras. Okay, before I answer that, if you would bear with me, and I promise you this is the first and only time that I will speak dahil mas alam nitong dalawang ito na mga panyero ko ng pangyayari sa loob. Bibigyan ko lang ng premise yung kung bakit binigyan ng protective custody. And at the same time, yung mga gustong magpaliwanag ay malaman nyo kung bakit. Nakita nyo naman yung nagpupuputok ang butsi nitong mga abogado natin sa paglabag ng mga karapatan. At ito po, hindi po opinion ang ibibigay ko. I leave that up to the others. And I challenge everyone, including biased media, to fact-check me every step of the way sa sasabihin ko. Okay.
Fact yun, brother, no?
Fact yun.
Pakinlaro ko lang.
I-fact check nyo ako kung hindi tama ang sinasabi ko. Para lang makita natin yung konteksto kung bakit sinasabi nila yung mga sinasabi nila, no? Okay, let's go back. Let's start from the very beginning. A very good place to start, sabi nga sa Sound of Music. May ICC warrant. Okay, warrant. Granted, walang argumento dyan. Ang issue, may that be implemented in the Philippines? Bakit pumalag ang bagong liderato ng Senado? Okay, laging sinasabi ng mga tao, may warrant dapat i-implement. Sabi nga ni Attorney Bobet, okay, granted na ang Rome Statute ay valid pa, assuming without conceding, hindi ko sinasabing totoo, granting lang for the sake of argument, para may pag-usapan lang tayo. Anong status ng isang tratado? Hindi po tarantado sila yon. Tratado or treaty sa legal system ng Pilipinas. Nakalagay po sa ating saligang batas at sa civil code, mga treaties na ratifikado ng ating Senado form part of the law of the land. Tama po yan. Doctrine of incorporation, doctrine of transformation. Ngunit anong level ng isang treaty? Ang treaty po na ratified, although part of the law of the land, ang kapantay po niyan ay Act of Congress. Batas po yan, statute. Hindi yan pwedeng manaig sa konstitusyon. Therefore, in implementing a treaty, provision ng konstitusyon natin ang masusunod. Anong sabi ng konstitusyon sa Article 3? Nabanggit na nila, banggitin ko lang ulit. Section 1, no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process. Section 2, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects shall be inviolable, and no search warrant or warrant of arrest shall be issued except upon probable cause to be personally determined by a judge upon examination of witnesses, etc., etc. Hindi po aksidente na ang Article 3, the Bill of Rights, ay inuna yung Section 1, due process, at yung security, the inviolability ng security, walang search warrant. Because these are the first and second most important rights. Okay, anong nakalagay po sa Section 2? Except upon probable cause issued by a court of competent jurisdiction. Anong court? Ditong court, syempre. Sapagkat walang karapatan ang ating konstitusyon na mag-grant ng authority sa ibang court other than our courts because it is a domestic document, a municipal document. Yan po ang very clear. Okay, ano yung due process na sinasabi sa Section 1? What is due process? Due process is a law that hears before it condemns. Is there such a law? Dito po sa ating bansa. Meron. Presidential Decree 1069 or the Extradition Law. What is Presidential Decree 1069? It was issued in 1977 by Marcos Sr. under Amendment 6 of the 73 Constitution. Ano yung Amendment 6? Although may batasang pambansa under the 73 Constitution, Amendment 6 allows the President to promulgate laws na parang statute by presidential decree. So, batas po yun. So, meron po tayong extradition law. Anong nakalagay sa extradition law? Before a foreign warrant may be executed in the Philippines, not just yung ICC, any foreign warrant, may proseso. Ano pong proseso? Sabi nga ni Attorney Bobet, maraming tumbling. Ito ang dapat sundin. Number 1, yung DFA ay susulatan ng proper agency in a foreign jurisdiction. Pakikita yung warrant, the DFA will determine if that warrant is covered by an extradition treaty or any other treaty and if the offense is extraditable. Pagkatapos nadalhin sa DOJ, the DOJ will direct the special counsel to file an extradition petition before the regional trial court where the DOJ is located, RTC Manila. Lilitisin po yan, didinggin yung subject ng extradition at appealable pa sa Court of Appeals. Is there a procedure now? 2025 po, May, most probably in reaction to the kidnapping of former President Rodrigo Duterte, nag-promulgate ang Supreme Court ng rules on extradition. Basically, sinusunod yung PD 1069. Bakit? Because procedural law, hindi pwedeng manangig sa substantive law. Substantive law, yung 1069, procedural law, yung 2025. Okay. Anong nakalagay po roon sa extradition law? Nilagyan lang po ng time limit. 30 days sa RTC, 90 days kung i-appeal sa CA. Kapag binigyan ng RTC ng extradition ng gobyerno, hindi pa ipatutupad, aakyat pa sa CA. Pag nanalo lamang ang gobyerno sa CA, saka pwedeng i-extradite. That is the procedure because of due process. And any warrant should come from Philippine courts. Tama si Attorney Bobet. Kasi nga, may sovereignty tayo. Okay. Yung 9851, anong nakalagay? Nakalagay doon. Yung warrant ng foreign court may be implemented here subject to applicable extradition laws and treaties. Tingnan nyo kung hindi tama lahat ng sinasabi ko. Yun po ang sinasabi ng kampo ni Senator Bato in very simple terms. Kaya pag sinasabi lang 9851, meron, hindi pa rin pwede. Kasi subject to applicable extradition laws. May extradition laws tayo. Pag sinasabi nilang may treaty, a treaty cannot go against the Constitution. Kung yung pinagagawa sa atin ng treaty, labag sa Constitution, hindi rin pwedeng ipatupad. In closing, isipin nyo na lamang ito mga kasama. Kung yung foreign divorce nga, divorce lang yun, hindi pwedeng ipatupad dito sa Pilipinas hanggang hindi nagkakaroon ng judicial confirmation. Judicial recognition of foreign divorce. Hindi naman nakaka-deprive ng liberty yung divorce. Nakakabigay pa nga ng liberty, di ba? Hindi pwedeng ipatupad dito sa Pilipinas, divorce lang. Arrest warrant pa kaya? That is the basis of protective custody. Ang Senado bilang institusyon has the right to protect its members against illegal laws. Not because only that they are members of the Senate, hindi dahil mataas ang katungkulan nila, but more fundamentally, because they are citizens. At eto napaka-hipokrito talaga itong mga ito Noong panahon ni Enrile, nakipag-coordinate, I was personally there, I'll have you know. Nasa NBI po ako noon with Mayor Lim. Maayos yung naging aresto kay Enrile sa loob. Ang Senado, nandun pa sa yung National Museum ngayon. Noong panahon ni De Lima, nandun din ako. Kasi kami po yung nag-file ng kaso against De Lima. Humingi si De Lima ng 2 araw sa loob ng Senado to tie up loose ends. Ewan ko kung anong loose ends yung ita-tie up ni Laila nung panahon yun. Hindi ko alam I don't want to speculate. Pero pinagbigyan po, walang pumasok at nagpumilit na, uy, may warrant kami. Local warrant pa yun Yung kay Rina, local warrant. Yung kay De Lima, local warrant Noong 2018, si Trillanes, 3 linggo, nasa loob ng Senado. Ginawa na yung Victoria Court yun. Nag-bed and board na siya ron. Kasi that was the time when President Duterte revoked the amnesty. Therefore, he was charged with rebellion. Local warrant na yun. Bailable pa bailable. In fact, nag-bail si Trillanes after that. Pero, nataranta pa rin siya, nagtago pa rin siya sa Senado. Hindi rin nagpumilit. Sinasabi nila, berdugo si Duterte, ba't hindi siya nagpumilit na pumasok sa Senado para hilahin ulit si Trillanes sa Sinturera, katulad ng ginawa nung Oakwood Mutiny. So yun po ang basis ng protective custody. Hindi pwede na ang Senado as an institution na pabayaan ang miyembro nito ay maging subject sa mga illegal na mga gawain dahil ang magiging impression sa taong bayan, kung miyembro mo hindi mo maprotektahan, paano mo poprotektahan ang pangkaraniwang tao, di ba? Yun po ang basis ng protective custody. Meron pong kailangan i-preserve the prestige, integrity, and sanctity of the Senate kasi co-equal branch of government against intrusions by an executive that is grossly abusing its powers. Salamat po.